Welcome to your magic moon message. The moon is in Pisces and the sun is in Aquarius. We are about 30 degrees exact of activation, meaning the moon is like 11, 12 degrees Pisces, and the sun is like 12 or 11 degrees Aquarius. So over the next 2.5 days, you will be experiencing a divine manifestation of your intentions of this new cycle which not only activated celestial energy but awakened the supernatural potential of this next 20-year era, that will bring heightened sensitivity and an elite quality of knowledge supported by Jupiter and Gemini actively expanding the integration of this vocabulary to put words to the experience. So the moon will, of course, reinitiate its 28-day cycle with Saturn in Pisces. Pisces being a zodiac sign of beliefs that just reinforce your integrity. Ever since I made that 23-part playlist debunking astrology with anywhere from astrophysicists, religious fanatics, sidereal astrologers, that I just basically dismantled the fallacious nature of their logic. 2 years to date, not a single person has fulfilled the burden of proof from everything that they've been saying. So any beliefs around, for example, astrology, not being legit, I know are being said by people who have never fulfilled the burden of proof. So that doesn't shake my beliefs. That is showing you the integrity of everything I believe attached to what I know. These motherfucking stars, okay? All right. No, but the reason, once again, why that's very significant is the illusory nature of beliefs. People mistake beliefs for truth. Collectively agreed upon principles are not true. At some point in time, it was collectively agreed upon that it was okay to sell human beings in every single culture, right? But we have then since agreed slavery is bad, just like cannibalism. That doesn't really make it true. And then we're talking about things that are true, like the sun's ecliptic path faithfully every year, regardless of the precession of equinox that creates our zodiac. It's faithful. It doesn't really change, like maybe your ex-partner or certain friends that switched up on you. All right, beautiful. I had to once again align that because people get so passionate towards their beliefs, they may not realize how dumb they sound. And thank God we do have truth and analysis to put our own beliefs in check, lest we think we actually know stuff we don't. So this reinitiation of this Saturn conjunction is going to revisit existing belief systems, and now that we are manifesting its quality to strengthen the knowledge we've activated, everything that you have to believe that aligns with what you want moving forward, doesn't matter how delusional it is to you, you must believe it. The moon is going to help you understand every metaphysical, aka unseen principle, mechanic, and influence that exists towards your favor that you direct through your imagination. And as that will trine Mars in Cancer retrograding, the shift in your beliefs will now be the perspective that directs what you feel you desire and how you direct these feelings, coming into this more belief perspective, where the moon later will conjunct Neptune and Venus, and having net feeling with the moon, Neptune, Saturn, and Venus. By the time the moon comes back around, Venus is going to be in Aries, and Neptune's going to get ready to come out of Pisces. So this type of feel is not going to be had for a long time, and it is meant to support this shifting of your belief systems out of fallacious narratives and rhetoric that are more based on guilt and shame and peer pressure than anything actually true. So the square to Jupiter in Gemini will challenge these thoughts relative to what is currently shifting in your beliefs, which we do every 28 days. And then in a week from now, when the moon is in Gemini, that's going to update our thought process to align with what we are shifting on our beliefs right now. Okay. So be mindful of that. The whole thing about this Aquarian new moon cycle is it's pretty much pushing forward on everything you have completed in awakening that you know about yourself, right? Ash Ketchum, the way I be using Pokemon analogies, it makes me out to be more of a Pokemon fan than I actually am. I'm not really that much of a Pokemon fan. I just really like using Pokemon analogies. But like Ash Ketchum knew that he wanted to be the very best that no one else ever was. And to catch them all was his real test. And to train them was his cause. Like he knew this when he saw Ho-Oh, flying out in the beginning of his journey. All right. And fast forward, Ash eventually became a Pokemon master after like 15 years of the program, because he's still 15 years old. Like all these seasons, like 30 years of Pokemon, he's still 15 years old. I don't understand that, but it's cool. He is a Pokemon master now. He knew he would be a Pokemon master when he got Pikachu. He had to face so many losses in between, so much life or death situations. So the way you know yourself now isn't the way you're going to know yourself after you've realized and accomplished a lot of this. Just to give you an idea of Pluto at 2 degrees Aquarius versus 29 at 2044. But that being said, you are adjusting your beliefs to relative to at this 30-degree angle of manifesting the value of this cycle. In this case, the imagination of the knowledge, everything you can Saturn, everything you can Pisces imagine about this knowledgeable energy, the knowledge you have moving forward, the knowledge of yourself, the knowledge of your situation. You don't want to accept anything that, treats you, speaks to you, acts towards you, is duplicative, is manipulative towards you, that sees you as less than you are, that sees you as less than what you believe. This is your value. So if you don't really believe in what you're worth, you're going to allow other people to talk you out and trick you out of your position, to persuade you with bullshit that, oh, you need anything outside of what you have imagined, which is a lie. You don't need anything outside of yourself. You don't need anything from me. All right, you summoned me to give you this message. You don't need anything from me to affirm or confirm that what you have decided is. So just be very mindful of that, because there are many sleeper cell agents out here, many people who may not even be aware how the belief systems they've been influenced to download and program into their consciousness are just using them as outlets to manipulate and try and control you, whether they want to admit that or not. And you don't want to be the one doing that to other people too, forcing your beliefs on other people versus allowing your actions to really express them. The sextile to Uranus in Taurus is a 300-degree sextile, completing this 28-day update of the innovation of your physical senses. So you're going to understand through your imagination the metaphysical influences that align more with how much strengthened your senses can tap even into this unseen realm, the astral realm, your imagination. It's shaping your imagination around what you newly know about yourself. And you should feel that friction. You should feel that resistance towards this active affirmation of who you are becoming, because that means you are growing, like playing a video game where you have to fight enemies to level up. The further you go into the game, the harder the difficulty is, the harder this resistance you feel, the more it's making uncomfortable anybody who gains from leveraging your lack of self-esteem. Everyone who hides behind crowds of people to purport socially acceptable themes, or hide behind this sense of peer pressure or this illusory sense of like collective hive-minded thinking, illusory in the sense where a lot of these unions or connections are fake and transactional and don't really align to who that person really is, which is why these people use this as a way to trick themselves to believe that it means anything and that they're like in any way gassed up or have any. Anyway, other than that, your individuality and authenticity is quite literally the Chiron key, hence it being in Aries. And everything with which you shift in your perspective that you're manifesting is going to actively be directed and applied when we understand who we are. So the moon in Pisces is developing your self-concept before the moon goes into Aries and we say, I am who I know myself to be. So, you know the deal with Pisces, mad delusions, mad deceptions, mad illusions, but also transcendence of perspective and seeing beyond the physical, which will require, of course, seeing beyond illusions. And anything that is trying to evoke fear to persuade you is a delusion. All right, because there ain't nothing to fear. You're here. So, what's going to happen is, now that we're in this Taurus signature, you're manifesting the supernatural experience of this supernatural energy. And a week from now, when the moon is in Gemini, you're going to understand the words and vocabulary to spelling your integration of these beliefs into what you think and how you think this should prepare to express itself before you perform with the moon in Leo. It may be hard for some people to put their finger on what about you irritates them, or what about you really makes them uneasy, when it's your authenticity that's challenging their inauthenticity. This is why, inauthentically, instead of confronting you about it, they'll talk behind your back about it. Like, it's by their actions, people reveal who they are. By their fruit, ye shall know them. All right. So this is that elevation. We were past the I told you so tour. This is that breakthrough. This is that completion of breakthrough. And Aquarius is reminding you to not lower yourself to those who wish to bring you down to their level. You are establishing everything you believe you're worth. You're establishing everything you believe your knowledge is worth. You are maintaining everything you know you are. You are a king. You are a queen. Do not let, the kings or queens do not suffer the opinion of sheep ever. So you can get caught up in this fog of differing perspectives, or you could just remain true to what it is you are committing to have integrity to believe. And your refusal to entertain anything less than that is going to secure this victory in the bag. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this. You're actively going to be seeing a shift of your beliefs that align with what you've previously activated. And to any extent with which that frustrates or pisses off influences and forces that commit to treating you like that you are less than you are, then it is a victory and congratulations, because all they can do is punch their fist in the air while we wave ours around like we just don't care. I had to say that. I know. I had to say that anyway. Okay, so that's it. As you really uncover more of this knowledge, the moon will also unlock the North Node in Pisces, which will very powerfully shift and unlock this sense of belief. Be very wary of people who are just so open to push out the image of how good everything is in their life out there. They're miserable. Anyone who actually is living a good life doesn't need to prove it to you. So I'm just like, that's the whole theme with Pisces. Like, be very aware of illusion. So the people who are going out of their way to be like, oh, everything is going well, like, look at this, look at what I'm doing, they're probably miserable. And they just need to give you that impression that things are doing right. All the people who I know who are doing well, you're not hearing from them because they doing well. But like, it is what it is. I'm not saying you can't share your good news. I'm just saying, don't believe the hype. Okay, like, just know that what people express on the surface is not always reflecting what's within them, but their actions and their behavior will always give it away. And if you know how to learn the difference, this next couple of days gonna be very revelatory for you. But for those of you who are actually not muggles, it's going to be an exceptionally magical day. And your intentions are going to begin to blossom in a way that manifests the direction to imagine your glorious development. Y'all stay blessed as always, and I'll see you when I see you.